Good morning. I'd like to welcome to Wednesday, March 5th, 2025 Planning and Zoning meeting. Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. Hannigy, can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Susanna Ballard.
Present.
Commissioner Joan DeZuro.
Present.
Commissioner Paul Lair.
Here.
Vice Chair Tiffany Wilson.
Here.
Commissioner Lonnie Stevenson. Chair Jim Harris. Commissioner Gabrielle Medley. Commissioner Mary Costa. Commissioner J.P. Thornton.
Here.
Commissioner Phil Annette.
Seeing as we have two vacancies, will Ms. Acosta and Mr. Stevenson please join us? And while we're waiting for them to go ahead and get signed in, can we go ahead and start with correspondence and announcements?
Yes, thank you. Since the last meeting of the Planning Commission, the City Council has acted on a couple of minor cases which weren't even before the Planning Commission, so no new news there. However, on the general plan update, we had a very productive meeting with the consultant team last week, and we have a draft version of the public participation plan we're reviewing already. So they're making good progress in the initial steps of preparing everything. Their goal is to have us mostly completely done by the end of the year into early next year, so that there'll be plenty of review time to make corrections before it gets set for public approval in November of next year. That's it.
Minutes of the last meeting. Are there any additions, deletions, or corrections? Seeing any, can I go ahead and get a motion?
I'd like to make a motion.
Ms. Ballard?
Move to approve the minutes of the February 19th, 2025 Planning and Zoning Commission regular meeting as presented.
Second?
I'll second.
Mr. Thornton? First and second by Ms. Ballard and Mr. Thornton. Are there any more discussion? Seeing none, let's go ahead and call for the vote.
The motion to approve the minutes passes 7-0.
So move, this is a public hearing. This is a public hearing and there is a structured order to this proceeding. The city staff will present each item and there will be time for the commission to ask questions of the staff, and then the applicant will have the opportunity to present their case to the commission. That being done, we will open the proceeding to the public for their questions and input. I would ask that anyone of the public that wishes to speak limit their trips to the podium and microphone to one only. Keep all comments to less than 3 minutes and to stay on point and not discuss subject matter that is not pertinent to the decision being considered here today. After public testimony is taken, I will then close the public hearing and bring the motion back to the table for city staff's exceptions and conditions of approval, discussion amongst the commission, and eventually a motion to approve and disapprove. Thank you for your advanced cooperation. ID 254687, a request for a preliminary subdivision plat approval for tract 2390, Villas Estates at Havasu Foothills, creating 21 residential lots and parcels A through D on approximately 10.27 acres in the Residential Estates Plan Development, REPD. Mr. Gilbert?
Thank you, Ms. Chairman. The applicant, initial note I want to give on this case, the applicant submitted this subdivision preliminary plat for review in December of 2023 prior to the 2024 City Council code changes to the subdivision ordinance, which moved approval to administration instead of Planning Commission public hearings in accordance with changes to Arizona state law. Therefore, this application is required to proceed in accordance with the codes that were in effect at the time of application acceptance, which required Planning Commission approval. The final plat application for the subdivision will be administrative review and approval when it is filed. So going to the area map, the general location of the Villa Estates subdivision is to the northwest of the villas, a smaller lot size portion of the overall Havasu Foothills Estates, and already accounted for in the overall maximum allowed number of 697 lots by the 2004 Plan Development Ordinance. Access to the subdivision is through the adjacent tract 2381 to the east. Zoning map, this subdivision is zoned REPD, Residential Estates Plan Development, and the City Council approved a reduction of the minimum lot size of some of the lots from 15,000 to 12,000 square feet in May of 2024, with the total number of lots not to exceed 22. The Master Land Use Plan map. The Master Land Use Plan shows the subdivision more appropriately in Phase 2 than Phase 3, as is directly adjacent to and has access through Phase 2. Access is here from the Phase 2 portion. It will be separated from any development Phase 3 by a large wash area, and that is this area right through here. And for reference, Trinity is in this location, where it's ongoing right now. The preliminary subdivision plat. The preliminary subdivision plat will have the smallest lots closest to the adjacent MUN zoned area known as the villas to the east, already with smaller lots itself. The largest lots are at the west end overlooking the wash, and that would be these right here. There are only a few minor comments remaining to be addressed from review agencies that are specified in the staff report, primarily Mojave County, that can be corrected during the final plat process. Ms. Chairperson, this completes my staff report. I'll answer any questions you may have.
Are there any questions of the staff by the commission? Seeing none, is the applicant present, would like to give a presentation?
Good morning, Vice Chair and Commissioners. I'm Mac Hall with Iris Development, representing the applicant, and just here to answer any questions if you'll have any.
Are there any questions of the applicant by the commission? Seeing none, I'll open the item for consideration to the public for any comment. Is there anyone that would like to wishes to speak in favor of this item? Opposition? Anything at all? Seeing none, we'll go ahead and bring it back for any discussion with the commission. Seeing none. Mr. Gobler, your recommendations?
Ms. Chairperson, the staff has concluded that with the exception of the minor corrections that are required, they'll be addressed in the final plat. The preliminary plat meets all the requirements of the subdivision ordinance.
Okay. We'll go ahead and entertain a motion to approve. Anyone? Mr. Rizzo.
I move to approve the preliminary subdivision plat for Villa Estates at Havasu Foothills containing 21 residential lots and parcels A through D on approximately 10.27 acres in the Residential Estates Plan Development District.
I'd second.
We have a first by Mr. Rizzo and a second by Ms. Ballard. Any follow-up discussion? Let's go ahead and call for the vote.
The motion to approve the preliminary plat passes 7-0.
Thank you. Future meetings.
Thank you, Ms. Chairperson. The next meeting is scheduled for March 19th, and we do have cases scheduled for that hearing.
Thank you. And
I believe we have a call to the public section as well.
okay. Go ahead and open the call to the public at this time. No new comments? Go ahead and close the call to the public, and this meeting is adjourned.